Hey, it's Mark Potter, Shore Sports MD, and we're here to preview this Friday night's Overtime Live Preston Ford Game of the Week, presented by Best Western Plus Easton for all seasons and Kona Ice. We're going to start with the visiting coach, Easton High School's Matt Griffith. And, Coach, how has practice been this week?
So far, so good. Pretty focused, coming off a rough week last week, and look forward to try to turn things around this week for us.
Have the guys seemed to be a little more in tune, I guess, with the game plan and a little more up about, getting ready for a Parkside after coming off a loss?
It was tough Saturday morning. First time they had to deal with a loss. But, ultimately Parkside's a really good football team. And if we don't have our stuff together by Friday night, we're going to be talking about that again. So it's important for us just to stay focused on what we need to do to be successful Friday night.
Let's talk about Friday night. Parkside Rams coming off a heartbreaking loss to Queen Anne's on Saturday. They're kind of on a short week. They didn't get a Saturday, lift or practice session. What is it that they present as a problem to the Easton Warriors?
Well, they got some really good athletes out in the backfield. The quarterback does a nice job of running their offense. Then they got a tight end. It's pretty tough. Number 4, he goes out on some pass routes, and he's a good blocker. They run a foot-to-foot, full house backfield, and as you saw on Saturday with Queen Anne's, they had some trouble stopping the run. And when you try to load the box, if they squeak through the first level, they're gone, and that's something you got to roll the dice on and change it up once in a while. So we're going to have to tackle really well. They got good athletes. If we don't tackle well, they're going to break off for some long runs like we saw last Friday.
Defensively for the Rams, what kind of problems do they present for your offense?
They're pretty big up front. It's hard to tell on film how athletic they are, but they look pretty athletic. They got some really good outside linebackers. They're tall and long at the corners. They do some different things coming off the edge with their outside guys, and we're going to have to be on our game to be able to handle that.
It is the Preston Ford Game of the Week presented by Best Western Plus Easton for all seasons and Kona Ice. You'll hear it on 94.3 Winks FM and forevermidshore.com. The U.S. Heating Air pregame show starts at 5:40. We'll have Matt Spence and Coach Damian Ferragamo on the call. Let's check in with Mike Bradley. He's in Salisbury with Brendan Riley from the Parkside Rams.
It's the Shore Sports MD Overtime Live Preston Ford Game of the Week coaches interview. We're here at Parkside High School with head coach Brendan Riley as these Parkside Rams will be hosting the Easton Warriors Friday night at 6 o'clock. We've got pregame coverage at 5:40 on 94.3 Winks FM, forevermidshore.com, and the Forever Radio app. And, Coach, thanks for your time this afternoon. First, let's just get a quick recap. You guys played Saturday at Queen Anne's at Centerville on homecoming. It was a heck of a game. I know it didn't turn out the way that you wanted, but you guys got out to a 27 lead. You were in that game most of the way, but give us your summation of the performance.
I think our guys came out there that really bought into what our game plan was. They had an opportunity to go out and execute, and we really did what we needed to in the first half. We just got to work on. We've kind of been a team of two halves right now, sometimes second, sometimes first. But I think we really just need to continue to get better, and I think they're up for the challenge.
Coach, we've talked about the fact that you've added more of a passing attack this year with Luke Maciarello. Talk about how that's been able to help your run game as well.
I think, definitely it's always been in the system, and having the ability to have the guys go out and execute. I think our coaches have done a really nice job of being creative as far as getting a chance to, utilize what it is that our kids' talents are and really get a chance to kind of put the ball in the air. And Luke's had a heck of an offseason, really prepared himself, and the guys did. So it's really good to see. And it helps with the run game. I mean, again, we're going to run the football. We got big offensive line, and we like what we do in the trenches. It's just about execution.
Coach, let's talk about your defense for a second. I know against a talented KJ Smothers, who had 5 touchdowns, 4 in the second half, that sometimes a really good running back like that can make any defense not look as good as you'd like it to be. But sometimes maybe we overstate maybe the issues with defense because that's just such a talented player on the other side. So kind of assess your run defense going back to Bennett, but then the Queen Anne's game. Where are you guys at right now?
I think, I think what we're at is continuing to learn what it is that we are doing. We gave Queen Anne's a different look than what it was that they had 2 weeks to prepare for. I think that was an advantage for us, especially in the first half. And then they probably settled in, had a little ability to make some adjustments during halftime and get a chance. But I think, ultimately, what we're asking our kids to do, they're being successful at. We're continuing to harp on the little things on defense, tackling, running our feet, making sure that we're, playing assignment football. And I think that's just a process as it goes goes through the season. You want kids to be able to catch up as quick as they can, but we also have to recognize that they're kids, and we're doing a good job, and I think they are too. I think they're going to continue to get better.
As you head into week 4, assess where you're at right now. Are you happy with the progress the team's made? Are you ahead of schedule, behind schedule, or right on schedule as to where you'd want to be right now?
Well, offensively, I think we're ahead of schedule. We've had about 1,300 yards in 3 games, and that's pretty good. Definitely ahead of the schedule as far as offensive production. I think special teams we need to continue to get better at, and then defensively, I think alignments have gotten much better. I think that each week we've been seeing our kids kind of improve in different facets of the game. So I think ultimately right now it's a long season. We're going into week 4. We want to see some of the things that we have been successful at continue to be successful at, some of the adjustments that we're going to make, continue to develop those, and then from there really hone in on what it is that we're about. But ultimately I'm really proud of our program. I'm proud of our kids. We've put them through the gauntlet and they've responded really well, so I'm excited about just this group of young men. They're really good kids, and I really appreciate them, their families, and all the sacrifices that they've made at this point.
Coach, let's talk Easton Friday night's game. Easton coming off a tough loss to Wycomico after getting off to a 2-0 start, a spread attack, Ryan O'Connor. Their defense the first couple of weeks had looked good, but obviously against Wycomico, a tough game, but they'll make a lot of defenses not look so good. But what's your assessment of the Warriors and what you have to do for the Rams to win this game Friday night?
I think Coach Griffin and the Warriors are a good quality football team, man. O'Connor's a heck of a player. He has been in the conference for the last couple of years. They got some kids on their interior offensive line and defensive line that do some nice things. Linebackers are flowing to the ball. So they're a real competent football team, and I think that they bring a level of competition that we're excited to have as we go into Friday.
And what's one of your keys to the game for winning?
I mean, obviously, you got to know what Kevin's doing. I mean, Kevin's he's a heck of a kid, and he throws the ball really well. They get the guys out in space. So, being in a situation defensively to adjust there, and then offensively, they present some challenges as far as the odd front that they are, and sometimes they roll down into like a 5-man front with 2 backers. So just having our guys being aware of those things and being able to adjust to it on the fly is going to be crucial.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. Again, Friday night, Parkside hosting Easton, kickoff at 6, pregame at 5:40. Again, at 94.3 Winks FM, forevermidshore.com, and the Forever Radio app.